mentoring and empowerment program for young women, which we popularly call MEMPRO, is a program for capacity building of women between 16 to 25 years. It's a leadership program. We officially launched this program in 2009, and today we have a group of young women who work as MEMPRO staff. MEMPRO approach is based on a theory of change. Our theory of change is that patriarchy is really the basis of discrimination, violence, and disempowerment of young women. So in our approach, we look at the concerns that emanate from these patriarchal ideologies and practices.
Well, in African tradition, a man and a woman have different roles. The man is a man, however short or tall, big or small, black or brown, the man is a man, rich or poor. So he will always be up there, and the woman has to be submissive.
Such is the power of patriarchy in entrenching inequality and setting the stage for gender violence.
The World Health Organization reports that anywhere from 15 to 71% of women have experienced physical or sexual violence at least once in their lifetime. And between 6 and 47% of adult women worldwide report being sexually assaulted by an intimate partner in their lifetime. A national survey in Uganda found that 59.6% of women had experienced various forms of physical violence by the age of 15. For over 80% of women victims of physical violence, the perpetrators were male family members. Many women are exposed to sexual violence, the most common of which is forced sex.
Early in 2010, MEMPRO Uganda, with support from UNDP, set out to assess the need for a common approach to empowerment of young women and identify key gender issues of concern within Eastern and Southern Africa. The needs assessments were carried out in Botswana, South Africa, Uganda, and Zambia. Listening to the voices of young women, it is evident that sexual harassment and violation of the girls' bodily integrity have become the norm, especially in institutions of learning. This is the most critical issue of concern throughout the sub-region.
Some guy just came around and had to hold her waist. She had not to say anything because the guy was taller than her, so she had to run in the house. So if anywhere, even a man will go drinking and come back finding a woman getting out of the well, from the well, and for him he has his sexual desire right at that moment. He will even just throw the jerry can down and finish up everything from there. The kids are there seeing, other people are seeing, and for you, a woman, you feel ashamed. You don't feel like even facing the community. And then these kids who have also seen all these things that have been done in a very reckless way, they will also go on exercising it, which has really caused a lot of brackets to be filled.
I was in P4. I started living with my auntie, and my auntie was a headmistress. My mother brought me there. I started living with them, and my uncle used to tell me that you are more beautiful than your sister. I was in P4. I used to wear a dress. It was short, and my aunt told me that it's not good to wear that dress. And my uncle told my aunt, you leave the girl is still young. And then my uncle, one day my aunt was not around. I was alone. I came back to take lunch. Then my uncle, he told me that I used to urinate. He told me that I'm going to give you medicine. I told him yes. And he told me, do you know the medicine? I told him no. Now he told me that you remove your dress. I refused. He told me that you remove him, not uncle. I don't want that one. I told him that you give me another one. He told me, if you don't want this one, I'm going to cane you at this time. I told him that, uncle, you cane me, but apart from this medicine. My uncle hated me. He told me that if you do it again, what am I going to do you? I told him, uncle, beat me 100 canes and you give me any punishment you want. I was in my bedroom. Now my uncle came near to me, I started crying. He told me, "What are you crying?" There was a neighbor in front of us. Now he knew that the neighbor is going to hear us, and he left me, opened the door, and he pushed me, "You go, and if I hear it with anybody, I will kill you or I will beat you."
You're like a father to me, and just imagine your child was here. Your child, my father, is like this.
Yeah, and there are some teachers who kind of like, when they propose to you, you refuse. The next day you'll be like, any slight mistake that you're going to make in this period, I do not want to see in my class. Get out. And then at times you just get pissed and you like, maybe you just make wrinkles and like, you make your wrinkles of this, get out. I should find you in the deputy's office, I should find you in my office. You go there, and then if you go to the deputy's office and it's like, you start explaining, this house is very notorious. This house is like this and this house is like this and this. Whenever you write this, you're going to fail. You just have to know that no matter how hard I study, you need to fail with that.
These violations start with mild actions such as the teacher continuously telling the girl how beautiful she is and how grown up she looks.
Now, may I have an experience or a testimony? So, this incident happened that at the end of third term, as they demote students, like if you don't make up senior 6, they will demote you and you go to another school or you repeat. So this student got 13 points. She got 13 points. Then one of my teachers, that's History 3 teacher, okay, History 3 teacher. Okay, before that teacher, he had approached me, asking for 6. Yes, straight away, asking for 6. Just anyhow he admires now, likes me, my legs, my body, everything. But I was straight the man. I told him, I'm like, if you ever come to me again, I will report you to the administrators. Because I knew what it meant. Because I was so assertive with my life. So I told him, was like, I'm sorry. I was like, okay, and if anyone comes and tells me that you're telling them the same story, I said I will report you to the administrators. So he promised he would never do his sorry. Maybe he didn't know what he was doing. But then after, this chick now came and told me, I said she got 13 marks, and we needed only 15 marks to be promoted to senior 6. So when she needed only 2 points to get 15 marks. Yeah, points to make it to senior 6. So what she did, of course our teachers, some teachers like to make use of students at school. So she thought if she gave like maybe this teacher some money, he could allow and promote her to add her some marks and got Form 6. So she suggested to this man to give him 15,000. And this man felt so bad. He felt bad that the student is undermining his well-being like a teacher, and the student is just giving 15,000 just to give her points, Form 6. No. So what he suggested was, if you can only sleep with me, I'll give you the points.
It was very similar when a girl told me that the teacher is walking around the class writes a note in her book and says, "You're very beautiful, I need you in my bed." Seriously? And then, when she's talking to other boys in school, the teacher is telling her, punishing the boys, because she thinks they're having affairs with that.
My fellow student, called Sylvia, came to us and said that, please, this is my experience with my commerce teacher, about my commerce teacher. Then we asked her, what is it? Can you say it? Then she said, my teacher came to me. She said, but why can't I cater for you? For the lunch at school and for each and everything. She said, no, that can't be. Then he asked him, do you offer commerce in class? Then the girl answered to him that I do. Then the man said, if you don't come along with me, no more coming back to my class.
had that friend of mine called Jackie. She was an orphan, totally an orphan. She stayed with her grandmother. Amidst all the friends Jackie had, she trusted me, just a young girl, but she trusted me. Then one day, she had to tell me a story of how the teacher, the English teacher, called her and then tried to make his proposals known to her. Then when she went back the following day, we had literature because this guy taught us English and literature. Yeah, that was Form 1. So she went back to class. She was told to remain behind. She would be collecting people's books and take it to a staff room where the teacher sits. So Jackie did just exactly that. Collected the books, remained behind, went to the staff room. But by that time, when he's finishing, most of the time the teachers are also in for other classes. So there are 2-3 teachers in the staff room. So when she was taken in that corner, but she was told, why are you trying to resist this, yet you know I'm your class master and I'm capable of anything?
The teacher used to teach them physics as well as us. So he used to threaten and tells her, so you know, if you don't sleep with me, I will not give you marks in class. And every time he used to tell me, this teacher is torturing me. By then it was 2-8. Yeah, I used to be in senior 1. She went to the office. By the time she came back, she was batoning, and I was like, what is it?
I used to do rugby, then kind of athletic. But then this teacher was our sport teacher. He could give us everything. But then there is this girl he loved, kind of wanted to embarrass her, give her her time. She was good at it. Discuss. So there is a day we were going to play at Kiambogo Field. She told the girl, you have to go in my car. The girl was like, here, teacher, our sport teacher, there's no problem. She used not to know anything. So she went in her car, they took her there, then she came back. Then when we came back from the match, when we came back with the cup and everything ended there. Then we used not to know what was going on with that teacher. And the teachers, the ladies used to support it. There are some teachers who used to support this teacher embarrassing this girl because she was kind of good, she looked cute, she was somebody. So it happened like it was a Saturday we had coaching. Then this teacher had to call this girl in his office. Girl entered in her office. For us, we were in the coaching upstairs. Then what had to happen was that this teacher slept with the girl. They had sex. So when she came out, she called her big girl. I'm like, big girl, what's the problem? She's like, I can't talk right now. I just can't talk.
These violations end in attempts of rape or actual rape.
That friend was called Lillian. Next time we go to preps, that teacher could tell the girl to go in the dorm and bring for him some water to drink. When the girl gets out, even the teacher gets out. Then eventually that teacher dated that one girl. She conceived and aborted while in school. We were about to do the PRA exams. Then after, she aborted, but she didn't tell any teacher. Even that teacher, she didn't tell him. After, when she aborted, again she conceived another one, pregnant.
Male teachers, they might just come to class, they'll be like,